Hello. Peru. Peru was the seat of the Inca Empire. The capital is Lima. Peru has swung from democracy to military dictatorship. The population is over 24 million people, divided into 4 groups. White, 15%. Mestizo, or mixed Amerindian and white heritage, 37%. Quechua and Aymara, 45%. Black and Asian, 3%. Surnames. Names are made up of 3 parts: the given name, the father's surname, the mother's maiden surname. The language. The 2 official languages of Peru are Spanish and Quechua. Quechua is the Inca's language. The difference between Spanish spoken in Spain and Spanish spoken in Peru is the accent. Folklore. The Incas believed that they descended from the sun god Inti. They also believed that the reigning Inca was the child of the sun. Religion. 90% of Peruvians are Catholic. Major holidays. The month-long celebration of the Lord of the Earthquakes is in October. Peru has constant tremors and earthquakes. In October, there are weekly processions through the streets of Lima. The processions have a painting of Christ that has survived the quakes. The painting is followed by people dressed in purple robes. A secular holiday that is very important to Peruvians is Independence Day on July 28th. On this holiday, there is dancing, eating, and drinking. Every home has to fly the Peruvian flag on this day by law. A secular holiday that is of great importance to Peruvians is their Independence Day, July 28th. This occasion is celebrated with much festivity, dancing, eating, drinking. On this day, all homes are required by law to fly the Peruvian flag. I think we've already said that. In Peru's annual Takanaki festival, to celebrate the new year, people will actually fist fight to settle their differences, all for the sake of putting it behind them and starting a clean slate in the coming year. Here we have them fighting. Lifestyles. Perhaps half of all couples live together without getting married or having a church ceremony. Peruvians celebrate their namesake's day, but perhaps they do not celebrate their birthdays. Relationships. It is not good manners to arrive on time if you are invited to dinner or to a party. You are expected to arrive an hour late or more. If the host wants you to come on time, then they will tell you to observe hora inglesa, English time. The sign OK when you touch your forefinger to your thumb is very rude in Peru. You do not do this. You do not do this. Living conditions. Wall of shame division. The shanty towns called pueblos jóvenes. And here we have the reed houses. Around 1/3 of the population of Peru live in Lima. Over half live in urban squatter settlements. This means they live in places where they do not pay rent. These squatter settlements are known as pueblos jóvenes, young towns. Many people from the Andean regions who migrated to Lima have helped the development of these pueblos jóvenes. The initial housing of these settlements, invaded overnight, is made out of light reed matting. Housing with bricks is built slowly when the family can afford to buy them. The majority of these pueblos jóvenes have electricity, but they do not have water or sanitation, and these conditions create health hazards. In the modern suburbs of Lima, the standard of living is good. Suburbs contain high-rise apartments and grand colonial housing. Even in these suburbs, water and electricity is rationed by the municipality in times of drought. Domestic child workers. And sign on a private beach, no domestic workers at certain times. 500,000 poor women and girls work as servants in Peru. Many are exploited sexually by members of the family. The majority do not go to school. They work a 6-day work week and do not get the minimum wage. Girls as young as 9 serve others to earn a meal. They care for young children, foregoing their own education. Family life. There is no welfare system or social security system in Peru. Therefore, the family unit is very important. The basic family unit may include parents, children, grandparents, and aunts and uncles. The middle-class household employs a live-in servant or nanny to look after young children. Clothing. Hats, llama wool material. The shawl worn across the shoulders. Everyone wears hats in the Andean regions, and each region has a different shaped hat. Most Peruvians wear Western clothes instead of the traditional alpaca and llama wool clothes worn in the Andean regions. Food. Ceviche, plantain, fried yucca. Many dishes are a combination of South American, Indian, Spanish, and African ingredients. Seafood is the dominant ingredient on the coast. Yucca and plantains are eaten in the jungle. Potatoes are eaten in the Andes. The national dish of Peru is ceviche. This is a spicy dish of onions and seafood. Lunch and dinner are the 2 largest meals of the day. Breakfast is usually quick and light. Milk, coffee, bread, juice, and cheese. It is considered good manners for guests to sample everything offered to them. Communal kitchens. Because of the high cost of living, many mothers living in low-income neighborhoods organize and form communal kitchens. These groups, now recognized by the government, receive subsidized food and cook for 100 or so people for a small fee. Education. The uniform for Peruvian school children is grey, as you can see. There are 2 sessions for children, the morning or the afternoon. There are few universities in Peru. Only 3% attend university. Music. The Afro-Peruvian music is becoming popular in bars and dance halls of Lima. Also popular is música criolla, which has Spanish influence, and Andean folk music too. Employment. It is hard to find formal paid work in Peru. About 80% of the population are subsistence farmers. Farming is a challenge because the Andean terrain is dry. Subsistence farming of root vegetables. Sport. Soccer is the main sport. There are even soccer fields in the shanty towns. Recreation. Young people go to Western-style bars and discos or places where traditional Peruvian folk music is played. Middle-class young people go to music halls, theatres, bookshops and art galleries. The Shining Past with leader Abimael Guzman. Elmer Campos suffered injuries at the hands of the police. He is now a quadriplegic. Peru has one of the worst human rights records in the world. Police brutality is rampant. The police kill and injure protesters with impunity. The Shining Path, Senderos Luminosos, guerrillas were Maoist revolutionaries. They fought against the bourgeois democracy from 1980. Guzman, their leader, was captured in 1992. Okay, bye.